Hey everybody, it's Jay. Welcome back to Out of the Ordinary, and I am with
Heidi.
Okay, and Heidi. So, how old are you?
I am 51 years old.
51 years young. Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
And where are you from?
Originally from Bellingham,
Oh, from Bellingham,
Washington. Yep.
Okay, so have you lived up this way your whole life?
I have. I've lived up this way my whole life. My dad is from the San Juan Islands, so
Oh, wow.
yeah, so Lopez Island. So I actually got to live out there for a couple years in my early 20s, taking care of my grandpa. That was the best life experience ever.
I've never been to the San Juan Islands.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah?
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
What do you do for work, or what's your occupation?
I'm a banker.
Oh, you're a banker?
Yep, been in banking for about 18 years.
That's long enough to know money.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
No money.
All right. So I'm going to ask you some fun questions here, and
Sure.
We'll just kind of go with it.
Okay.
Okay, so at 51 years young, what are your thoughts on aging?
On aging? Oh, boy. That's a big one.
It is. That's why I like to ask it, because, does that, does it mean like, like aging gracefully, fighting it? What's the perfect age? What do you think about health? Like, what do you think about just the process of aging?
Right. 30 was really hard for me. 30 was really hard.
Was really hard.
Really hard for me. That 30 was hard. I wasn't 20 anymore, so it was just kind of that, that was crazy for me. Turning 50 was amazing. I loved turning 50. We had a big luau party, because I love Hawaii, so obviously hence the flower.
Well, and you were in San Juan Islands. You're an island girl.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
No kidding.
So yeah, 50 is fabulous.
What's interesting is I would say most of the people, not most of the people, but many people that I've interviewed, because I ask this question a lot, they'll sort of get more of the opposite, which I think is more intuitive. People would say, 30 was great because, I'm out of my 20s and I know something and I've got a job going. And 50's, I'm halfway to 100.
Right.
So like, I love your perspective though.
Yeah.
Why I don't need you to go into the details of why 30 wasn't so great, but why is 50 so good? Like, why did you, at 51, you're into it now more than a year.
Yeah.
Why is 50 so good?
I just feel like I can be me. I can be me. I can be myself. I can love me or hate me or whatever.
Right. So, sort of like the pretentiousness or whatever, like I don't really care what other people think type of thing.
Kind of, yeah. I feel like I've lived a good. I hope to keep living a good life.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Now that the body might be falling apart, but I feel like I've learned a lot, and and I'm in a happy place in my life, happily married, and great kids, and great job. I love my job.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Love my customers.
So I would say a lot of people would be quite lucky to say that. I think you're in a fortunate position. Yeah. So I hope a lot of other people can say that. That's awesome.
I hope so too.
Okay. So that's a great answer. I've not heard an answer like that.
Good. Well.
Okay. So on the aging thing, this is kind of an interesting question. Say I came in here today and I brought you a pill that looked kind of like a vitamin.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Heidi. And I say, hey, Heidi, I'm like, if you take this pill, you're granted immortality as you are right now at 51, and we know you love your life right now.
Yeah.
But, only you're getting immortality, not everybody else is.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you take that pill?
No.
You would not?
No.
How come?
I want to grow old with my husband, and I don't want to...
You don't want to outlive him?
No.
Or not by centuries?
I love him. Yes. Yeah. No. He's my everything. So I can't imagine... Yeah. That would be weird. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It just... I think it's... we got parents, us, kids, grandkids, that kind of.
Okay, no, I got you. So do you think, does part of that come into, do you think there's an afterlife or no?
Oh, absolutely.
You do?
I do.
Okay, so that'd be another reason why you wouldn't want to take immortality.
For sure. Right.
You couldn't go see everyone or whatever your thought is on.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
I absolutely believe in that, for sure.
Okay. Let's go the other way.
Okay.
What would you do if you found out you only had 1 year to live? I don't know why I smiled when I said that. That's horrible. What would you do if you found out you only had 1 year to live?
I'd do everything.
What is that?
I would
just bungee jumping and.
I don't know that I'd do that because I'm kind of afraid of heights. But
you only got 1 year, maybe on like day 364.
There you go. Exactly. Then I wouldn't care. Yeah.
Okay. So
but yeah, I would do everything.
So you wouldn't like hunker down. You'd be like, okay,
hell no.
We're draining the bank account. I'm going.
Absolutely. As long as husband, kids, family taken care of.
Right.
Oh no, I'd go.
Well,
crazy.
I'd like to assume some of them would go with you on some of
I would make sure they would all go with me.
Not like at 1 year, like, bye guys, I got 1 year to live. I'm not spending it with you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Okay. So if you could travel back in time, what would you change? It doesn't have to be about you necessarily. It could be anything, but if you could travel back in time, what would you change? Anything?
Oh, wow.
We can skip it.
I probably would have went on a diet a long time ago. That's the only thing I would have changed.
Wow. That is, by the way, can I just say that is for sure the best answer I've ever had. Some people go back and they're like, God, take out Hitler. Some people no. You're like, no, start the diet. That's great. It's beautiful.
You bet.
I love it. That's a great answer. Okay. We'll go deep on this one. Okay. Good luck on this one.
Go deep.
What is the purpose of life? Do you have any sort of guiding principle or anything like that?
Wow. Purpose of life.
I know. It's tough.
That is a super deep question.
Is there one? I mean...
wow. I don't even know what to answer.
I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know, but sitting here with you and our questions and we're laughing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Pretty fun. So...
Yes.
do you have any sort of guiding principle, or anything like that? Are you? I know it's is there like a golden rule or something that you like to follow or anything like that?
I just make people happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just my biggest thing in life. Make people happy.
That's a pretty good one. I like that one.
Mm-hmm. When somebody comes in to meet me, I want them to leave happier. Like, oh, I would love to see her again or chat with her again.
After meeting you and knowing you, I think that's almost a guarantee.
Good, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you answered this already, but I'm going to ask anyways because it's on my list.
Yeah.
What is something a person could do to stay healthy?
Go on a diet. No, I'm just kidding. Exercise. And I mean, there's not just for your body, there's your mind as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got to keep your mind healthy, your body healthy.
What's funny is I know for myself, I concentrated from a pretty early age and still ongoing. I really concentrate a lot on my physical health, trying to eat right, exercise, maintain a certain weight and all this stuff. I never even thought about up here.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's huge.
And then it came crashing and just boom. Yeah. You'll think about me now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people fall into that, because it's so, you can see the body. So people always concentrate and not enough focus.
Absolutely.
Up there.
If you're not healthy up here,
which is crazy,
you're not going to be healthy.
Because it's exactly. But you don't, I feel like we don't pay enough attention to that. I know I didn't.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Anyway. Okay. Is there a key? Do you have a key to a happy life?
I'm not going to say that. Live, laugh, love. No, I'm just kidding.
Those are good. Those are good.
My daughter would crack up.
I've got that little thing right on my desk. So I love it. Yeah,
my daughter would crack up. I said, yeah. I just family, togetherness, love, happiness.
I love it.
All of that is
okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 new questions that nobody's been asked before. You're going to be the first.
Okay.
And these are challenging ones, so we'll take our time. But
okay.
How can you be kind to someone that's harming themselves? Like as an example, say you've got a family member that's got a drug addiction, or they're whatever, they've got some habit that is that they can't get away from that causes them harm. And they may even be upfront about it or whatever, and you might see them and they're like, wow, they're right in your face with it, and you're like, hey, what do you think about X? And you're like, I think X is stupid, it's killing you.
Right.
You know what I mean? What do you
that's
so how can you be kind to people that are harming themselves?
I actually have one in my family. He's a little bit farther away, but I keep in touch with him. I show him love and compassion and offer help.
Yeah.
You can't push it. I mean, you're honest.
Like I'm there for you.
Yeah. Yep. I'm here. I'm doing my best. You can't always, throw money. You can't always, I ask him to keep his promises to me to, be safe, healthy,
Yeah.
try and, that kind of thing.
So
just trying to be supportive, if you will,
right.
but not supporting it.
So how do you respond? How would you possibly respond to say, I wouldn't imagine this happening. Let's just pretend that the issue is a drug issue.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, hey, Heidi, I scored this great new drug. It's half the price and it makes me twice as high.
Yeah, no.
Like what, how do you even respond to that?
I literally would be like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm just being honest.
You would just call it out.
I would call it out. Absolutely.
Okay. So you wouldn't you wouldn't change those subjects. Like, so how about that weather today?
Yeah.
You would just go right at it.
Go straight for it and be like, that is dumb. You're going to kill yourself.
I love you, but that's moronic.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you're not afraid to just go there. I gotcha. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to be okay with it.
Yeah. What's weird to me is that they would even it's a braggable moment, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, but
and I've asked the deep questions like, have you tried this? Have you done that? And the certain, and he was very honest with me and said, I'm not going to do it again. Not going to do, that kind of thing. And so, I think being easier to talk to and understanding. I don't understand it because it creeps me out. Like that. Because me personally would be like, if someone said, "Hey, you want to try it?" No,
right?
You know what I mean? Because that is really scary. It's like,
right.
And I had told my daughter, when younger, and I said, "You try something, you're an addict."
Right.
I mean, I hate to say that, but it's
well, and you can, and it can really be like, this could be anything. We're talking about drug use, but it could be, a hoarding. Yeah. People spending more money than they have.
For sure.
I mean, there's all kinds of things that people get into.
Right.
Somebody that spends way more money than they take in, and they're bragging to you about a new credit card they got that's got a bigger limit on it. You're like, you're already broke.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's such a weird thing because then you're like, how do I respond to this? Because I'm their friend or their family member, but they're being crazy,
right?
And I don't want to offend them, but I also can't condone it. It's weird,
right? I get it. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So here's a good one. Well, you can put your banker hat on for this if you want, because I know you've probably had people come in and ask you for loans, right? Mm-hmm. Loan me some money.
Yep.
And probably not all the time you've said yes.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, this could pertain to everything, but do you think, just your own opinion, do you think people really even care to understand, your point of view or the motivation or your circumstances? Because do you think people care to understand?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And I like to try and relate with them, as far as, is that what you mean about that? By
Yeah.
Like if they're saying, oh, because I do a lot of HELOCs in my line of work. And they call me the HELOC queen, actually, which is pretty cool.
Home equity line of credit for those that don't know the acronym. Yes.
And anyways, just relating with them, saying, you know what, I personally have a HELOC, home equity line of credit.
Right.
And, this is, just relating with people, not like, oh, you need this because you need money. That's not always the case.
But here's an example. Say I come in here and I've applied for your home equity line of credit, your HELOC, and I want X number of dollars. And you're like, I'm sorry, I can't give you any money. The bank's denied your thing. Yeah. And you go through all the reasons, whatever, credit score, repayment history, equity, whatever. You go through the reasons why not. Do you think they care, or they're just like, you could have just said no, lady, I got places to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I do know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Or do they appreciate you trying to give them the reason?
For sure, appreciate it. I jump through every hoop possible to make it happen. If I can't make it happen, which does, that's out there, I'll try, before I talk to them, I'll try and find another option.
And do you think, lending aside, do you think generally people care to understand, or do you feel like, because I feel like I've been a business owner, worked in a lot of companies, and I feel like half the time, I remember sometimes I've had to unfortunately terminate someone, let them go.
Sure, yeah.
And I go through all the reasons, all the chances, and whatever, and they're like, so I'm fired. You know what I mean? I'm you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I stayed up for a whole 2 days trying to really, and they're like, they could have given a crap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, that's, but anyway.
No,
I guess it's an individual thing. I think some people probably appreciate it.
Right.
Because maybe they can use that feedback and it helps them.
And I think when it comes to for instance, doing a loan, for the most part, I think in the back of their mind, they know.
Yes.
what they have, what they don't have, that kind of thing.
Right. So. Still, yeah, right. I agree with that.
So that makes it a little bit easier than having to let somebody go.
That's true. But even then, I think they know.
Yeah.
For sure. I still think it's the same point. But yeah. Okay. Your version of Utopia, the perfect world.
I'm living it, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
I love it. That's a good answer. What's funny is I get that answer a fair amount.
Do you?
Good. Yeah, it's surprising.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do. I love life. If it was, that I didn't have to work, I had, massive amounts of money and lived on my own island with my family and dogs and,
Okay. Well, that's a perfect segue to the next question. Okay. Literally, it's like you read this question.
Okay, and I didn't.
Okay, I know. If money was no object and you could bring anyone with you, where would you live?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'd bring my whole family.
Yeah.
Oh, where would I live?
Anywhere. Money's no object.
Oh. I mean, I love Maui. I love the whole the Hawaiian Islands. I love their culture. My husband is a quarter Guamanian and then a quarter Japanese, and then I just always say half Navy white because his dad was in the Navy, and she was like, so my husband, he looks more Hawaiian than, if you will. Okay. And their culture and everything's beautiful, and the people are beautiful, and it's wonderful. And so I would open up like a rescue dogs.
Oh,
so that's what my family and I would do. We would rescue dogs and bring them all in, and
super cool.
Yeah,
I think I've been to every island in Hawaii except for the one you can't go to, Molokai or whatever the one is. But I've been to the rest of them.
Yeah,
my favorite definitely is Kauai.
Okay,
I mean, it's small.
Yeah,
but it's so pretty.
I went there once. My mom took me when I was in high school. We were having a bonding moment. I may or may not have been acting out. I don't know what, but so my sister was mad. I got a trip to Hawaii. Anyways, we went to Kauai. We went to Maui and Kauai. And the only thing I didn't care about Kauai was there's a lot of bugs, big bugs.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the rain and the flowers. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I just remember chickens.
And lots of chickens. And so does my husband and I just last year went to Oahu.
Okay.
And Honolulu was crazy. It was like Seattle. It was different. Yeah. And then, but we were on the north end of the island, which took about an hour and a half to go 24 miles. And it was beautiful, beautiful, very local, gorgeous over there. But there was so many chickens and birds, and it was fun. So we were naming them and messing with them.
I'll tell you the only. We'll skip. We'll finish up the Hawaii thing real quick. But I just have one story on that. So when I went to first or second time I went to Kauai, but there's that cliff that goes over the edge there. I forget what it is, a big coast thing. Anyway, it's just big. It's like far down, drop off a cliff thing. It was really super foggy that day. Oh. And so I'm just like keep walking and walking and walking. Finally, I kind of like bump into it's the rail thing and whatever. And then I look, and then the fog kind of clears.
Scary.
Oh my gosh! And I'm scared. So it just freaked me out.
Not good.
Anyway,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Last two questions.
Sure.
I think. What do you think about our inner monologues? You know what I mean?
No.
You don't have that?
I don't know what that means.
Well, so like if we're having lunch and I'm kind of boring, and you start thinking about your to-do list, or you start thinking about other things you got to do. You know those voices that come into your head. You're just, you're at work, you're bored, and then all of a sudden you're like, did I leave the stove on? Or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Any of that?
Yeah.
Do you have any of that stuff happen or not so much?
Not really. I mean,
you're gifted.
Not really. I mean,
that's very lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so you don't think much of them?
I don't know.
Okay. What do you think about what do you think about Deja Vu or other weird occurrences?
Oh yeah, I get that. Absolutely.
You do.
That's why I believe in all the afterlife, the spirits, the this and that. Oh, you believe it. My sister and I were obsessed with oh my gosh, what's her name? She was the medium. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't know, but you came out on the TV show?
Sylvia Brown.
Oh, okay.
Sylvia Brown. She was awesome. And my in-laws had actually met her before she became famous or whatnot over Whidbey Island. And she helped the police and helped them find a family member.
So when I say, do you get deja vu or weird occurrences, your answer would be yes.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too often.
Okay. Okay. Last question. Do you get deja vu or weird occurrences? Just kidding.
That was pretty good.
I like to close it on one.